Combaticons! Combine!
But before we begin, if you like this figure in this video, head over to Show.Z Store where I got it from, and use code DEEMER in the Support Your Favorite Reviewer box. It sure would help me out, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Deemer's Dominion. As always, I am Deemer, and today we are going to take a look at our first complete combiner set. And this one is from Magic Square. This is their Legend Size Bruticus set that just recently finished coming out. So we have MS51r, which is their recolor, MS52r, MS53r, MS54r, and MS55r. And we are actually going to do one video with all five and the final combined form. So this is an exciting one. Hope you like it. Let's get into it and let's have some fun. So we are going to take a look at each of the boxes, and then we will do the unboxing as we normally do. Okay, so first we are going to take a look at Heavy Gunner or Brawl. This is the box from all the sides here. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated, nothing artistically eye-catching, simple, to the point, and at the same time a little bit elegant in its simplicity, I would say. And in the box we have instructions, ID card, some weapons, and a baggie, and good old Brawl, or Heavy Gunner as he is known in the Magic Square Space naming convention. And as we take him out, he has a lovely foot. Nice. That's a nice plastic. Nice solid plastic. And these are the Legend scale Combaticons here. And he feels light but sturdy on initial impression here. Okay, and inside the little baggie we do have some blasters or cannon weapons here. And they are nicely painted, actually. I don't know if they're painted or if that is the sculpt, but they have a nice sheen on them. We have a piece here and blaster here, and this little piece right here. We have his ID card, which is quite nice actually. It's got a nice solid feel to it. Like stuff like this. And we've got his stats on the back, and of course we have his directions, nice colors, and 46 steps it seems like. Okay, so articulation, what do we have? We have a waist swivel, we have very nice ab crunchy, looking up, bend backwards. We do have a 360 of the arms. No shoulder butterflies. We have a 90 plus elbow. And we have a 360 head. It is on a ball joint. And can make the transformation look really down, really up. We do have a 360 at the hips. Smooth that skirt piece. There we go. There we go. Now we have a full. Beautiful. And we do have very big, very good bend at the knee there. Swivel, swivel. And we have a bendy there. No up and down, but we do have the ankle bend there. Okay, so Legend scale size, pretty nice. Articulation for its size. details of the face seem pretty nice. Not a lot of paint, except on the face there. Here's the back. There's a niceness in its simplicity. The hands, they swivel, but nothing else really. Oh, nice snap there. And you get a nice lift at the shoulders. And there we have Heavy Gunner. Okay, so once again, those are his accessories. That is the figure, and we are going to move on to B52, Munitioner or Swindle. This guy, and actually before we move on to anyone, we are actually going to transform him. Okay everyone, so I apologize not being able to show you the transformation. My bones have been aching and breaking. And with these smaller figures, it has been a little bit difficult to go through it on camera. So here is the final product. Transformation of B51r Heavy Gunner, otherwise known as Brawl. And he is a great looking piece. He buttons up rather nicely. And here he is loaded up with his weapons as well. And so one of the neat things was, of course, this does move everywhere. Not 360, but as far as that left and right, and then up and down. Are you happy to see me? Are you gonna carry me? But it tucks in nice, but so it locks in like that, so it doesn't flop around, which is pretty cool. So in tank mode, you just extend it out so that he can move it up and down. Pretty neat. And these are just the pieces that we saw earlier put in there, and his hand blaster, so it does have nice storage. Also, one last thing I wanted to show you, the accessories, these little lights, they do plug in at the top there. So there you go. That is everything as far as all of the accessories. Do plug in, useful, gives it a neat profile, and adds on to his cool looks.
Your defeat is oh so sweet. Cybertron's ours now. The Decepticons in control. Autobot, you better watch out. We're reaching our goal.
And now we will go on to Munitioner, aka Swindle.
Soundwave superior. Autobots inferior. Transmission clear. Fear the Decepticon interior. I've risen. Now you shall.
And in the box, same gift bag as we had with Brawl, accessories, ID card, and instructions. And here we have Munitioner, aka Swindle. And it's freeze-dried prison. Let us free him. And he comes with another foot. And look how cute he is. So tiny, so cute. And he feels really nice in the hand. He might feel even a little bit better than Brawl. Got a nice knee bend, mushroom peg for the thigh. Work it here. And get our nice full display there. We do have the same ankle. This one goes both ways. Okay, arms, full 360, can go up all the way, bend pretty well, and no rotation. Hands twist, no up and down, and then the head also, just like our last figure, ball joint, can look up all the way, pretty neat, down just a little bit, and then no side to side, pretty serious ab crunch, Can't kick up that high. Let's see what's in his bag. His little ID card. It's that nice plastic again. With his stats on the back. We do get his cannon. We get his hand blaster. His hubcap, wheel, and the attachment accessory for his weapon, and his instructions as well, which are very similar to Brawl's. Okay, and here he is, armed up, and you can combine his bigger gun to form a little handgun like that. You want to do it that way, which is pretty neat option. And of course his handgun too. And then his little wheel on the back, his spare tire goes back here. And that just pegs in. So that is pretty good. Pretty nice look for him. Okay, one thing I forgot to do is pull out his arm a little bit. And then you can see now he has the full upper elbow rotation there too. So that's my bad, y'all. Okay, and here we have Swindle in his alt mode complete with the accessories put on. The rear tire here just pegs on to the back with 2 pegs, and then the artillery back here just peg in to the top part, and then this pegs in between the 2 legs to hold the weapons there. And this basically turns either way, 360, and you have your Jeep style windshield, and he is lovely, actually. I love the painted headlights. I love the color scheme, very nicely done. And he rolls beautifully on all 4s, no issues. And there we have Munitioner or Swindle. Okay, and here we have our first 2 together, side by side. Pretty neat, pretty fun, pretty cool. All right, so now we are going to go to Night Tracer. Okay, so now we are moving on to Night Tracer, also known as Onslaught. Let's go ahead and unbox this guy. Okay, looks like we have a weapon, ID card, instructions, and we have some pieces. Looks like chest piece, and of course, Onslaught himself. Go ahead and take him out of his freeze-dried prison. There's 1, 2, chest piece, which is a nice solid piece of plastic. Feels nice. Nice paint. Nice matte finish on it. And let's go ahead and pull him out. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at him. Feels nice. He's probably the heaviest at this point. It's got a little bit of paint there, a little paint here maybe, and feels really nice. Feels very nice. Good articulation. 360s everywhere. Good elbow bend. Same ball joint for the head as the other figures. And he's going to have the same reach for the sky ability. Nice splits. Nice kick up. All the way. Knee bend. Great. Go back that far. Backpack in the way. Otherwise, you can Doing good. Okay. All right. We have a nice place to swindle. Nice bend. Very nice bend, actually. Backwards. Looks a little weird when he does that, but okay. And then that. And we do have some toe tilt action. Nothing on the backside. Okay. So far, he feels the nicest out of the group. Feels the weightiest, and I don't know, I've always loved the look of him as a bot mode. There he is from the back and the side. Instructions, ID card, and his weapon. Nothing fancy, nice and simple. That works. Gets the job done. Rotation of the arm, the hands, and that's about it. They all pose really well. Good stuff. Okay, so I'll go ahead and transform him as well off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, and here is Night Tracer, and he is a finicky one. He is hard to align all the tabs to get him to be as level as possible. As you can see, he doesn't sit entirely level, and there's not much I can do about it because he's eaten up my fingers, but I've always loved his design and style. And that is what he looks up close. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. I do love the paint scheme on this. I love the coloring. And you put his little gun up here. And put his gun up here like that on the top. His blaster to complete the storage part there. And here he is next to the other guys so far. Great looking bunch. I like the look of that a lot. And I love how he fits clearly. So far, so good. Minus the tabbing issues.
Cybertron streets where the shadows crawl, Megatron's decree, Autobots will fall. Soundwave superior, Autobots inferior, broadcasting truth, their futures all.
Okay, so with that out of the way, we will move on to B54r Tornado, otherwise known as Vortex. So let me clear those guys out, and then we will unbox them. All right, so unboxing Tornado, Vortex, Vornado. Same deal, baggy, weapons, ID card instructions. Oh, we got the main head and chest, hand pieces, some rotors, and the main figure. So we shall free him from his freeze-dried prison and reanimate him. Okay, first off, the hand. Nice articulation. A little tight there, but that works great. Oh yeah, okay. No up and down, but we do have in and out and 360. All right, minute 5. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, feels a lot like Swindle in hand, on the lighter side, but nice and solid at the same time. I do love this color scheme. Nice. And it's gonna have the similar setups here, except his head doesn't move back. Just left and right 360. No up and down, no side to side. His arm will only go up that far without breaking the transformation. No butterfly, 360 on the arm. Ooh, beautiful. Full arm bend there. Same hands as the rest. Full waist, swivel. But no ab crunch, or is he just tight? No ab crunch. All right, legs go all the way up, that far back, and we have the full splits. So some compromises in the articulation, but I love the way he looks. What do y'all think? Close and personal. There's the back. And then you have this side rotor here for the back, which also articulates. He's a good looking bot. The tables, sonic swords clash, rhyme sharper than the blades we shred and smash. Decepticons lurking, but they ain't got the grit, they glitch. Okay, and then his baggie or his, yeah, 2 ID cards actually. One for Night Tracer and one for Tornado. I think this might have been a mistake because they were stuck together, which is funny. So there's his ID card. Stats on the back. His instructions, same as all the rest as far as layout, colors, design, and this is another 46 stepper. So set that aside for a moment. Here is weapon 1. Here we have his hand blaster. And then we have 2 of these weapons. Okay, and here he is armored up with the blasters on his side arms and arm cannon in hand. Great looking design. Right, so we do have up and down. We do have a little bit of an ankle rocker there. Quite a bit. Nothing in the back. And then everything else we saw. Can't stop me, I'm the code executioner, grinding gears of war. Call me the future's commissioner. Decepticons unite, this revolution's the signature. Roll out, now we steamroll. Picture that scripture. Okay, so now I will transform him off camera and come back. All right, everybody, and here he is. Magic Square MS-B51r Heavy Gunner, otherwise known as Brawl. He is really, really solid. It's probably so far out of the 3 the easiest to build, relatively speaking, the most solid in its form. Everything clips and stays together perfectly. The tabs all work wonderfully. The only thing I wish it would have is I wish these rotors would have been, you know, able to swivel around like this, because these rotate beautifully. There are ports for all his guns, which is really nice. It accessorizes the chopper really, really well without being awkward. In fairness, all the ones that we've transformed so far in their alt modes have worked out pretty well as well. There he is, top, bottom. You can see everything is done nicely. Probably the best of the bunch so far. Talking war stories, but we know we ain't real. Decepticons fold when we step in the zone. Optimus with the mic. Okay, and so let's bring him with his buddies over here. Look at that group. Very, very nice. Well put together group there. Very, very good looking bunch. Megatron shaking his regime on his last day. You say fuck the Autobots, nah, fuck your crew and your punk ass plans, cause you fall overdue. Megatron must fall, hear the war drums call. And with that, we are down to one last member of the group. We have Magic Square B55r Space Shuttle, otherwise known as Blastoff. So we'll go ahead, put the other guys away, and then unbox this guy. Okay, and before we continue, I just wanted to show you, remember the extra card that Vortex just had. It came with a Night Tracer one, and this was the original one that came. I just wanted to show you something interesting, that the difference in the sizes here of the included cards is interesting. I'm not sure why they changed up the sizes, if there's any significance, or it's just a manufacturing thing that they changed up, but just interesting to note. Thought I'd show you all. Cool.
Megatron, I'm the law above all. Metal fist clenched, tearing through the halls. Cybertron's kingpin, Autobots y'all crawl. Prime can't stop me.
We have his instruction sheet as well, and very much the same as the others. This also shows the combination into Bruticus transformation, and we have his gun, his ID card as well. So that is everything that was included. And just to go over his articulation, we have full arms up, 360, bendies, splits, go back that far, twisty twisty. And then we have the ankle rocker there, twisty, barely any. Well, yeah, he can go all the way up, no down as the rest. 360. Oh, then we do have an ab crunch. Okay, cool. All right, so there's our guy. Tabs in nice, slots in nice, and there you go. All right, so I will transform him offline into his space shuttle and be right back. Okay, and here he is transformed and weaponized. With the weapon on, it loses a little bit of the aerodynamics of the jet, but it is still a interesting way of making sure that you do have some storage. So it is your toy, you do what you like to do. Otherwise, there he is in full transformation mode. And he is pretty solid. I did have, with my, bone situation and stuff like that, a bit of a time to get all the tabs tabbed in, especially in this general area, but I eventually got them. And I really like when he snaps together pretty solidly and really well. So there he is, and he can stand up on his own, which makes it all the more fun and interesting as a space shuttle that he is designed to be. And there you have him. And here they are all together in their alt modes. Fine looking bunch that they are. Okay, so I will go ahead and get him into their bot modes and compare them before we do the final Bruticus. All right, everyone, and here they are in their bot modes. And I have to say, these guys are awesome. These guys would definitely qualify as perhaps, arguably, mini masterpieces due to their transformation complexity, their quality, their design, their feel and handling. These guys all feel absolutely amazing, phenomenal. There isn't much complaint about most of them. Honestly, I mean, there are difficulties. I mean, at least I'm speaking on my behalf with my bone and joint problems and stuff. And, I faced, and the reason why I didn't do the transformations on camera is because these tabs were a bit nightmarish maybe due to their size, very likely, for me at least. And, you know, the order of operations for some of their leg pieces were also a little bit difficult the first time or two for me. But then as things went on, they were really fun. They went from a little bit stressful and aggravating and painful to a lot of fun. And these guys, both in alt mode and in bot mode, look the part, feel the part. They are solid. They are absolutely solid once everything is tabbed in. There are some nitpicks here and there as far as maybe some of the waffling areas in their legs or their arms or their back or whatever. But those things I can easily overlook. You know, like the paint here, there's no eyes. There's no eyes for Blastoff. Like, where did his eyes go? Why is everything completely white? That's a little bit weird. At least I found it weird. And other than that, you know, other than some of the tabbing difficulties, once they come together, you know, here again, here's Blastoff and the no eyes kind of look. But, you know, the tolerances are amazing. There are a lot of times I thought I was going to break something. I didn't. They resist really, really, really well. So impressed by it. The parts of the paints that are painted are nice. Nothing's chipped. Nothing is broken, thankfully. Everything holds up really, really well. And I am so excited now to turn him into Bruticus. I love Bruticus. And here we go. Let's do it.
Steel hearts beating under the sun, blades of justice where battles are won, across the stars where legends run, a spark ignites, a war's begun.
Okay, everybody, and here is Magic Square's Bruticus. And I have put all his weapons on him. He has a bunch of different ports. May not be the most elegant solutions, but they are there for those that are a little bit creative and want the weapon storage on him. As you can all see, basically, I've put some weapons here, there as well. And here. So all his weapons are on him, which is great. There are a bunch of different kind of ports and stuff, so you get to be creative and choose. There's not that many options. Like, I wish there was some round ports. We could put some of these guns in a little bit more gracefully. But for the most part, you know, he's your toy. You do what you want. I think it's an acceptable solution overall. And he looks really, really great. And he feels, for the most part, really, really great. Okay, so let us just take a quick look at his height here, so you get an idea that this, again, is a legend scale Bruticus from Magic Square. All right, and let us also take a look at his weight. What's he clocking at, this big guy? 1 pound, 8 ounces. Or 477 grams. Not too bad. Not too bad. There's a lot of articulation in this guy. I'll bring him up closer so you can see some nice details here. And starting off with his head, he has great up, some down there. And because he is on a ball and hinge there, he can, well, it's pretty much just a ball. so he has a lot of fluid movement. There, he has a 360 at the waist, amazing ab crunch, which can go even further if you want to do that. And look up that far while he's bending down. And you can have him limbo. Da, 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 da. So great articulation there. The arms are nice and stiff. So he can do a 360. He can go up that high at the shoulders, go that far on the elbow bend. He's got all kinds of swivel in the arms. And the hands are really cool because you have all kinds of mobility in and out. All the fingers are individually articulated, so you can really pose them pretty well. We'll give that to the Magic Square engineer who designed Swindle, the nightmare of the group as far as transformation goes. Kind of ruined the character for me. I've never cursed so much with this guy. I've never cursed so much transforming any Transformer, to be honest. But to get this little segment in here, whether it's in the combined form or the individual form in this robot, these clips here, nightmarish. I cursed so much, even the devil started blushing. It was that bad. As far as the other transformations go, I didn't really have a whole lot of problems as far as transforming anything. Let's continue the articulation here. He can kick up to the side that high. He can kick up that high. Beautiful knee bend. Go back that far. I love this, where it goes in and out by itself. And then we have a nice ankle twisty. He is quite posable. He's flexible. He is beautiful. Fun for the most part. Is he perfect? Not by any stretch of the imagination, but he is really fun overall. A lot of these tabs, as I mentioned earlier in the individual transformation, they can be a bit of a bear to get them to tab in once. Like, remember, this area here is a nightmare on the bot, or on the alt mode for him. And getting Onslaught to be straight in alt mode is, for me, nearly impossible. I cannot, for the life of me, get him to just straighten out. But that's fine, because this guy's a lot of fun, and putting him together in combined form is beautiful. Old school kind of vibe to it, which is great. He holds on to his weapon super, super well. I mean, look, this guy isn't going anywhere. He's super solid for the most part. I'm so impressed with him as a combiner, and happily surprised at a lot of his articulation. A lot of his transformation sequences are pretty fun, and I love him, actually. As far as a toy goes, in a series of toys, I think for a legend scale combiner, he is wonderfully amazing, wonderfully articulate. I was quite a bit surprised as far as the articulation goes, the details go for the individual figures. Honestly, there's not a whole lot to complain about. There are nitpicks, of course. I'm always going to come back to the tabbing issues. The weapon storage is a little bit of a nitpick, because he does come with, I mean, collectively they come with a decent amount of weapons. And I just wish there was a place to store them all on the bot. As far as Bruticus goes himself, this guy, my least favorite as far as the Magic Square set here goes. I do love him as a toy generally. Just a little bit disappointed there. But looks really, really good in all his forms. They all do, in fairness. They're a lot of fun as a whole. they can come across as a little bit panely and kibbly or whatever. But I mean, that goes to the era of this design. And I think he plays it off really, really well. And the more that I ended up playing with them, the more I ended up discovering little neat gimmicks as far as like how these switch in and out from Bruticus's cannons to Onslaught's cannons. And you can have them in different positions in his alt mode. So it took me like a few times to go through it to discover it because they're not in the instructions themselves. The instructions aren't the best. I'm going to tell you guys now. If you guys, I mean, I love the fact they come with printed instructions, and all my reviews, the first transformations are always my genuine first transformations, not like I practice them offline, because I do the unboxing in real time. So the transformations are in real time. And what you see with me is what you get as far as the discovery, as far as the initial impressions, initial review. All of that is like being on your first date with somebody for all these figures. I hope you guys don't mind that. I know a lot of the other reviewers, they practiced before, but I do like to give you what it's like for all you guys that don't have these figures or maybe thinking about how it is. But I'll tell you, after having gone through several transformations, because I had to go from, bot to alt to bot to alt to bot to alt several times so that I can understand them better, especially when you're doing combiners. You have to go from one mode to another to kind of a hybrid of one of the modes to get them into the combiner and combine them. And so I discovered a lot more as I'm going through, and I started enjoying it a lot more. But this one, Swindle, I have nothing nice to say about this part of the transformation or these sides here, the tabs, honestly. It did suck out some of the fun from it, but once again, he is awesome. I love him as actually, I just plain love them all holistically. And are there opportunities? Sure. The tabbing issues, big opportunity. Magic Square, I mean, I love the feel and I love the tolerances. I'm going to tell you guys, there are several times I thought I was going to break parts of various figures at one point, and that can pretty much be said for all of them. But my goodness, do they handle really well and take quite a bit of force. So hats off to Magic Square for really designing a very playable, very malleable, let's do malleable figure that he can take quite a bit of licking and keep on ticking. And you can't say that about a lot of different Transformers or companies for that matter. Sometimes they look the part, but they can't play the part. This guy looks the part and plays the part. I absolutely, hands down, if you guys are a Bruticus fan, a Combiner fan, I wouldn't pass this up, honestly. Despite my grievances with Swindle specifically, I actually enjoy this guy. I love his look. I love his look. I love the playability. I love how he feels individually. I love how he feels as a combiner. Very solid, very fun. I know some people got some loose parts. My copy is very solid. I am so happy. I'm so happy because I didn't want anything flopping around and being disappointed. I think that would have soured my taste in it, but thankfully everything is solid. Everything looks great. I haven't scratched anything. I haven't broken anything. No tabs have fallen apart. No panels have come off. Nothing's popped off. Rest assured that you're getting a great bang for the buck as a set, or if you like any of them individually, because they look amazing individually. They look amazing as a combiner and in all their forms. I love the colors of this set. He's fun, and I say he's a strong buy if you like him. And especially I know Magic Square does sales every now and then, or the third-party sites that sell them do sales. You catch them on sale is even a greater deal. that's what I have to say. Those are my thoughts. Those are my feelings. Magic Square, I love you guys. I really do love Magic Square as a company with their toys, and I love their growth pattern over the years as far as the quality goes, the plastic feels, etc. And I'm so happy that they take feedback and, you know, improvements for the most part. Swindle is the exception here. Are there opportunities to make these connections a little bit better? Absolutely. I do also I'm not fond of how the wheels split in half. I'm just not a fan of when these wheels, they just kind of fold over, you know, because sometimes it gets annoying as you're playing with them. They do fold over by chance, and it does get annoying. But again, that's just a nitpick because when they're together, they're solid. Everything that has wheels rolls really well, with the exception of Onslaught, whose wheels don't all touch the ground, but the wheels that do touch the ground do roll really well. Okay, and just a little bit of obligatory comparisons. Let us show you with Masterpiece Optimus Prime so that you get a feel for the Legend scale version. Honestly, they kind of look fun together at this scale even. Obviously, the scale is way off. However, they kind of look fun together. Actually, they don't kind of look fun. They look a lot of fun. Here is Iron Factory's Lightning Wing Girl, which is more on the Legend scale side. So you can see, look at that. That's a great scale, actually. That's a really great scale. What else do we got here? Let us do this guy. This is another Masterpiece size figure. Oh, he's beautiful. He is beautiful. And let's do a little bit of more recent one here. Also, let's do Yellow Park AMK. How's that for scale? That's fun. Just a side comment. This whole combiner is just the size of one member of a soon-to-come Devastator combiner. Just food for thought there. Food for thought. Let's go in between here. Megatron from 3.0 MDLX. So there you guys have it. Bunch of different ones, different sizes. Lots of fun. Highly recommend. And there you go, guys. Nice little setup here, different sizes, different scales. And let's just do one more maybe. Voyager class Nemesis Prime. So there you have some context. Different classes, different sizes, different figures. So there you go. This was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. It was a lot of pain. It was a lot of tears. When I say pain, I mean physical, literal pain, emotional pain. Damage! That's pretty much what I have. If you guys have any questions, if you have any comments, you guys have these, you guys want these, planning to get them or whatnot, let me know. Let me hear it out. Let's discuss, because he's worth it. He's worth it. And once again, I am Deemer. Stay young, stay fun. Peace out.